Hello my planty pals! My name is Pearl. My name is Pearl. Hello my planty pals, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to my bathroom. So we're going to be dealing with some plants that have been hanging out in my bathtub for a few months now. I've just been quarantining them in here. If you have the option, it's a really great way to make a clean, out of the way quarantine space for any new plants that you bring into your home. And it's a really good thing that I did, and it's a really good thing that I left them in here longer than I was intending to. I saw a couple areas that were a little suspect to me, and I listened to my gut, and I found some spider mites. So no big deal, because I have quarantined. I know that they're only in this area, and I don't need to worry about the rest of my collection or any of the plants that in the basement for the store. So yeah, I thought this was a really great opportunity to take some lemons and make some lemonade, because now I'm gonna go over with you what I do in these circumstances, so come hang out. So if you know anything about me and my plant parenting style, I'm pretty low maintenance, but the one non-negotiable that I talked about last video is that quarantine is a must. It doesn't matter where you get your plants from, it doesn't matter if it's your best friend, it doesn't matter if it's a seller that has really great reviews. It can happen to anybody, and that's exactly what happened here. We ordered these plants a few months ago from a seller that has fantastic reviews online. When I opened the order, everything looked pretty good. There was a couple little suspect areas that I was not convinced weren't spider mites, so I decided to keep an eye on it. You can see that I do have some beneficial mites applied to the plants at the moment, and they're definitely doing a good job of keeping things from getting out of control. The mites that I just have applied aren't the specialty super duper spider mite hunters. I see them more as security guards. So I have ordered a new round of mites as well as some of the super soldiers, and they will be arriving next week. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab all of the plants out of here. Everybody's gonna get a really good spray down, especially focusing underneath the leaves. It's not a huge deal because I have had them in quarantine this entire time, so I'm not panicking. If I hadn't quarantined them, this might be a different video, but I did, so it's not. So here are today's patients. Let me get that to focus here. So we've got some philodendron Jose Buono, as well as some philodendron gloriosum. These guys will be added to our stock next year, but obviously we need to deal with the issue that we're having, and we're just gonna go through that today. I did recently propagate all of these, so for example, this leaf here that you can see is yellowing. It's not dying from spider mite damage. It is giving up its life because it is in the process of growing a new growth point, so we'll forgive it. Okay, so right in the center screen, you can kind of see there's a little bit of something in there. That is some webbing and a few spider mites hanging out in there. Game plan for today is very shortly, I am going to take a towel, put it down on the floor. I'm going to move all of the quarantine plants onto that towel. That is going to be the infected area. I am going to give the tub a really good clean with dish soap. Make sure it's nice and sparkling in there. Spray it down with alcohol just to kill any baddies that are hanging out in there. From there, I'm going to take each plant into the shower. They're going to get a good spray with the pressure on the shower, specifically focusing on the backs of the leaves, as well as focusing on the part of the plant where the stem and the leaf meet. That is one of the favorite places for the hideaway home of the spider mite. And give everybody a good spray down with an insecticide, miticide, nothing fancy. Let's do it! So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this a really good clean. I do use perlite and charcoal in my soil mix, so I'm going to make sure that I grab any bigger chunks of both. You don't want to rinse charcoal or perlite down your sink. Thank me later. And this is our little spider mite shame corner at the moment. See this? Don't put this down your drain. Do not put perlite or charcoal pieces down your drain. Just don't do it. Unless you have a plumber that you're trying to keep employed. Don't do it. Well, you've seen my bathtub. Welcome to my shower. So the next step in the decontamination process is going to be to give all of the plants a really nice spray of the shower. Please make sure that you're using cold water. Don't cook your plants. It will be very upsetting. And yeah, I'm just gonna focus on the backs of the leaves, and I'm going to give everybody a wipe down after, and then once they dry off a little bit, to go in with this insecticide, miticide. I've used it for years. I've never had a problem with burning the leaves of my plants or anything. I don't often have to use this because we do use mites preventatively everywhere in the house. These guys just snuck in on a new order. Always quarantine. Quarantine, quarantine, quarantine. If you've never understood why you need to quarantine, let this video be that reason. Have I mentioned I love quarantine? The good news is everybody is growing well. Look at that new growth point. Love that one here. She's sacrificing a leaf, but that's okay because she is also working on a little growth point right there. Next, I'm just gonna take a towel and I'm just going to wipe off some of the excess water because the insecticide that I'm going to use is oil-based and oil and water don't mix. Time for the big guns. Not sponsored, this just happens to be my preferred insecticide, miticide of choice. Don't talk to me about neem oil. I hate neem oil. It's stinky and very ineffective. If you like to use neem oil, I'm happy for you. However, we are a 100% neem-free household. Insecticide it is. And when you are spraying, you want to make sure that you are not missing anything. So I'm going to spray the stem, paying very close attention to the under part of the leaf because that's where they like to hang out. And it's dripping, so that's a good sign that I put enough on there. And I'm gonna do the fringe as well. Safety wise, you should probably do this in a well ventilated area or somewhere with a window. Don't be like me. Now I'm going to move these guys over to their nice new clean bathtub and bring in the next batch. As I'm going through these plants, I am seeing some of the beneficial mites still running around, which makes sense because they have stuff to snack on. This is going to get rid of those beneficial mites that are still hanging around, but I have already placed an order for next week, so I'm not worried about it. I am more concerned with just getting in there and just blasting out any living bug on there at this moment in time. So, I mean, if there was a time to be having to deal with spider mites, it is a lot easier to deal with when you're dealing with a bunch of single leaf plants as opposed to a bunch of bushy plants. I don't see this being an issue long term, but these plants are all going to continue to hang out in the bathtub for the next couple of months until I'm 112% sure that there's nothing. Okay, well, everybody has been sprayed down with water, wiped down, and then also sprayed down with insecticide and miticide. I cleaned the bathtub, so that's nice and fresh. That has also been sprayed down with alcohol. Hopefully, after I apply the mites that are coming next week, I'm not going to have to do this again. But if I do, that's okay, because anything to keep the rest of the collection safe. Honestly, considering how many plants that was, it really wasn't that bad. I hope that this doesn't ever happen to you, but if you do ever find yourself in this situation, hopefully you have quarantined, so you only have to deal with a small number of plants. And yeah, it's okay. This is just part of plant parenthood. It's very easy at the beginning of your plant parent journey to assume that you will never have to deal with pests, but that's just not realistic. It happens to everybody, and it's okay. Just get in there, take care of it, don't be scared. I now have to have a shower. All of my clothes are going to go immediately into the laundry. I'm not going to go anywhere near any of my other plants until that has happened. Quarantine is always going to be king. Please quarantine your plants. It's not sexy, but it's the best option. This could have been really catastrophic had I taken these plants down into the basement where all of our store plants are, and I didn't do that, and I'm so thankful. So just be patient. Plant parenthood is a marathon. It is not a sprint. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you check out our store if you're in Canada, www.plantswithpearl.ca. I had a really great time today. I hope you liked the video. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you learned, or let me know if you have any questions dealing with pests. Have a good one. Bye.